This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
Tunisia's central bank governor has expressed optimism on reaching an agreement with the International Monetary Fund early next year. But economists say the country needs to implement structural reforms before such a deal can be reached.
Tunisian Prime Minister Najla Bouden said her government started developing a draft agreement with the International Monetary Fund on a new program, which is expected to send positive messages to foreign investors and friendly countries and help Tunisia improve its sovereign rating.
Tunisia has no choice but to put in place a concrete reform plan in partnership with the IMF. The government cannot provide financial resources from international donors if it does not reach an agreement with the IMF.
The Tunisian government intends to devise an economic salvage and recovery plan. The economic reform program will be discussed with the IMF in 2022. It will be based on a participatory approach, which involves all national organizations and economic sectors.
The problems facing the Tunisian economy are structural. The IMF urges the government to negotiate with all its social partners so that the urgent economic reforms are not blocked by social unrest. Tunisia needs a new social pact which guarantees stability. Otherwise, the reforms will not happen and the economy will not rebound.
The Finance Ministry announced that consultations between the Tunisian government and the Bretton Woods institution have already started.
The negotiations with the IMF will take place amid an unprecedented economic crisis in Tunisia. Therefore, the authorities will make many sacrifices. The government needs to convince the population that the reforms are necessary. Otherwise, it will not be able to implement any change or reform.
Authorities in Tunis plan to cut the public sector wage bill to 15% of gross domestic product from 17.4% in 2020. The government also plans to restructure the debt of state-owned companies and to impose the gradual removal of subsidies on food, electricity and natural gas by 2024.
Prime Minister Najla Bouden and the governor of the Apex Bank declared that Tunisia has always met its foreign financial commitments. The central bank and the government are working jointly to present a Tunisian project to the IMF in the first quarter of 2022. Abdel Shawashi, CGTN, Tunis.